First of all, I would like to thank the mercy of God, great virtue of holy masters, kindness of transmitters, lecturers, and all of you to give me this opportunity to share the answer to the truth. This book was written by our holy teachers. So we're going to go through the question 49. So holy teacher prepared 90 questions and also answers, which most people, we all of us, will be good to know. Okay, so we are going question 49. Why would practitioners of the true Tao still face? Why are we still facing the test? Why? And then holy teacher said that the way of true Tao goes against human emotions and desires. Those who follow the way of true Tao become immortals, while those who follow human emotions and desires become ghosts. Means we avoid we go to incarnate. So if we follow the true Tao, so this is very important concept here. If we follow the true Tao, we will become immortals, saints, or Buddhas. Okay, Tao principles. But however, if we follow the human emotions and desires, especially desires, what happens? We continue to reincarnate. We cannot avoid the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. And we keep reincarnate, keep suffering from Buddha point of view. So that's why Buddha wants us to cultivate, then try to cut down human emotions, desires, and all those things. Especially our spiritual God, spiritual mother. He always told us the desires which create the most problem for all of us. So we need to know that, okay? So this is a very important concept here, okay? This is a saying, to practice Tao is like climbing a tall post. It's easy to come down, but very difficult to get to the top. Means during the cultivation or propagation process, do we have that determination? Do we have that determination? Say we're going to continue to cultivate and propagate the Tao to the end of our lives. So that's to become a sense of Buddha. We need to have that determination to do it. Okay, so yeah, so only whoever has those wills and then determinations involves can do it. Okay, otherwise, when we facing the difficulties, we might stop. We might doubt ourselves. So we need to have that strong determination to do it. Qigong Buddha said that usually the invisible Ten Tao will be revealed through the many significant miracles. The true wills of practitioners of Tao will be explored through the Guling tests. Guling means very hard test. So during the Tao cultivating process, we're going to go through a lot of hard tests. We're going to go through a lot of challenges. You know why? Because so many people who receive Tao, so many people are cultivate and propagate Tao. God and Buddha do not know how good individuals have been cultivated. So they try to use the test, try to find through the test to find out where we are. Are we qualified to become a Buddha or not? So those tests are trying to test us to see where we are on the cultivation process. It stated a piece of jade must be grounded out in order to realize its value. Jade means very precious stone, so have to be grounded out in order to know the value. Then a gold must be heated and melt in order to realize its value. Okay, so the same thing for us. We have to go through those tests to find out how good we are on this cultivation process. So during the old days, during the ancient times, all those patriarchs, cultivators, I mean, they sacrifice themselves They even go to remote mountain, try to cultivate. So they spend a lot, they put a lot of efforts there and then hard work there, try to cultivate. But we are very lucky in this life today. To cultivate, we don't have to leave our families. We don't have to leave peoples. We don't have to go to remote mountain to cultivate. So we are very fortunate and lucky at this moment. Okay. So Holy Teacher wrote a song said, "We are the most fortunate and luckiest people in this world today. We are the most fortunate and lucky people today. Why? Because we are able to receive Tao. We are able to cultivate. Okay. We have opportunity to become saints and Buddha. Okay. Look around. How many population in the whole world today? How many population in the whole world today? And how many people can receive Tao and cultivate? Even can attend the class we have today. Only very tiny percent of people. So even every day, if you see the COVID-19, it start to get worse because today a lot of people still dying. Okay, so many people got infected right now. So it's pretty bad situation right now. So we have to be careful now. So cherish the moment to cultivate, propagate it down, to make sure we can go back in this lifetime, go back to our homeland where we came from originally in this lifetime. Don't wait for the next lifetime, okay? Holy Teacher said that we have to understand that when going gets tough, the tough gets going. Difficult situations are the stimuli for one to get stronger and better. Sometimes we always joke, say, if it doesn't kill you, it's gonna make you stronger. But those tests from the God, from the Buddha, gonna make us better, make us stronger, become a better cultivator. Okay. So sometimes we're gonna face challenges and difficulty. Don't get upset. Don't get frustrated. So because those tests are from God, from Buddha, try to find out where we are. Try to find out where we are. But only those who can last and survive all difficulties and challenges are the one who can attain Tao. So we are here today. We have been through a lot of tests, a lot of difficulties. And not just what we see in this lifetime, many lives to get here. So I did remember in the beginning, I was wondering, say, why some people can receive Tao, some people cannot. Even myself, I say, why I can receive Tao, go and cultivate, propagate Tao, I can go back to heaven. And I have those questions in the beginning when I started to come to the temple. Buddha knew that. So you know what Qigong and other Buddhas said? Because all of us, all of us have been cultivating so many lifetimes before this life. Human being, we only see what we can see in this lifetime. We don't see the past lives. We don't see the future life. We cannot see it. But Buddha told us, all of us have been cultivating so many lifetimes. Okay. So unless we have cultivated more than 3 lifetimes, otherwise we have no chance to receive Tao. We have no chance. Okay. Then in order to attend Dharma class, we have to cultivate more than 5 lifetimes before we can attend the Dharma class. Okay. So that's you're going to find out more and more because I went through all the situation myself, and then I didn't believe this in the beginning, but when I found out very interesting what Buddha said is true. Okay, Mencius, which is one of the patriarchs after Confucius. Okay, when God is about to give a mission, this is very famous statement in Chinese. But the God is about to give a mission to a person. God will always put the person to test by exercise his mind, labeling his body, starving him, empty his possessions. So it's interesting here. So God will what? Will test our mind, make us work so hard. Laboring means make us work hard to exhaust us. And starving, so somebody may not even have food to eat. Somebody may not have anything left with him. All the family members, all the stuff he has today is gone. What will we cultivate after that? We have nothing left, nothing left. Okay, no family member, nothing. What we cultivate. So that God will put all those tests to different people have different types of tests. I do have a friend in Taiwan. This gentleman is very interesting. The couple is very have a hardship in financial situations, very, very hard. And they have a family temple at home. However, they don't even have money to buy the fruits. They don't have money to buy the fruit because every holidays or maybe the birthday or the day Buddha's go back to heaven, we need to have whoever have family temple need to prepare the fruits to offer to the Buddhas. They don't even have money to buy it at all. Will they continue to do it? So sometimes some people very struggle, but it's interesting. Right now, they continue to do that. They didn't even stop. They find a way to pass those tests one by one. So sometimes we don't see that. Yeah, I did remember we had one lecture in Taiwan. This lecturer told me, you know what he told me? He said he used to sell he used to have a big stores, 2 stores, sell the luxuries, the tires, which people some rich people try to put the beautiful tires in their houses. And he sold those tires to those people to make good money. And then you know what happened? Qigong Holy Teacher said, no, if you get a chance, please close those stores. Close it. Don't do this kind of business. You can help people to waste that. So you know what happened? A couple of years later, then he listened to the Holy Teacher said, he closed the store. He used to make tons of money. Find out he didn't have a job. So he tried to find to survive. So he went to sell the stuff on the street or in the park. So when policemen came, he had to run because he didn't have license. So he struggled for more than 1 year like this. Okay, it's interesting when you have a big nice store, make good money, tons of money. Suddenly you walk on the street, in the park, try to sell the stuff, and you worry about policemen to catch you, give you the ticket. Then after that, you know what he does? He start to do the construction, do the painting, because in Taiwan there's one business they can do. A lot of houses they're getting old, water penetrates into the inside the house through the brick. So he do the painting for the roof, for the side of the houses. Now he has 2 teams under him to work on these projects. You know, one day I saw the Holy Teacher came to him, say, Holy Teacher, doing this arrangement, are you happy? Can you accept it? And are you happy now? So it's very, very, very amazing. Sometimes God or Buddha would go through the test for all of us. So we just didn't know that when the God or Buddha would give us a test. So every time we go through the test, don't feel bad. Okay, next one we'll talk about why God give us a test. Okay. Holy Teacher said, if one's been put through those tests, he should be grateful, should be appreciated because he's selected by God to take on a mission. Because we are chosen by God to take on those missions. For example, if there is an examinations held for a post, not everyone can take it. Okay? So we are chosen by the Holy Teacher. Okay, we are chosen by God for those tests. So we are what? Once those who meet the qualifications can become a candidate of Buddhas. Okay? So God and Buddha choose us because we are qualified for those tests. Once we are meet the qualification, meet the requirement, then what happened? We can become a Buddha. Today we are the candidates of Buddha again. So we should be happy for all of us. Don't feel bad once we have all different type of tests. Sometimes we could get sick. Sometimes we could lose all what we have. Okay? So Buddha always tell us, those are the tests from heaven, from Buddha, to see where we are, So don't feel bad in those situations. Okay? Sometimes we're so upset, so we lost everything. But Buddha sees different angles. Okay? Confucius said a piece of twisted and decayed wood cannot be used for carving, and a wall of loose mud cannot be painted. What does that mean? Because a twisted, a piece of not proper shape, or maybe rotted, maybe the not able to repaired wood cannot be used for carving. So you cannot make a work of art. You try to make a work art, you cannot do it because eventually this will not look good. And the wall made of loose mud, because it's very soft, very sticky, eventually will be damaged, cannot be painted. Okay, so those who through many previous lives had practiced Tao and are predestined to encounter Ten Tao will face real tests. So only those who had cultivated, who had affinities with Buddha, with Tao, they will face the test. Okay? So not everybody. So if one does not qualify, why should God test him? So that's why Holy Teacher tried to remind us. So during our lifetimes, we're going to facing a lot of challenge and difficulties. Don't feel bad because God and Buddha selected us to make sure they knew we are qualified to pass those tests. That's why the test coming to us. So don't feel bad when we are under test, or maybe we are facing difficulty or challenges, because God and Buddhas know we are qualified for those tests. Okay, we are the candidates of Buddhas. Okay. We're going to talk about what is wisdom. What is wisdom? Wisdom is the true self and life of a person. Okay. Sometimes we talk about you are very smart. We talk about the person is very smart. That's for ordinary people. For ordinary people. For all of us. But Buddha always talk about wisdom, not smart. You are very smart. That's not for all of us. But wisdom is for Buddha talk about with the true self and life of a person. Okay. So we want to talk about, you got a lot of wisdom, means so good. Okay. Okay. Here's all that you can talk about. When we speak of wisdom, it refers to our true self and lives. What is true self? When we talk about true self, sometimes we call true nature, sometimes we call Buddha nature, the same thing. True self equal to Buddha nature, equal to true nature. Okay, the same thing. Okay, yeah. So, what is true self? Means the true self we have, the Buddha nature we have, is the same as Buddha have and we have. The same. The true self are the same among Buddhas and us, no different. Only thing is why our true self do not reveal all the time. True self not in charge all the time because we have attachments. we have desires, we have bad temper, we have bad habits, we have sweet poisons like greed, anger, stubbornness, and other things which Buddha nature do not have originally. So we need to start to change our bad temper, change our bad habit, get rid of all the desires and emotions. So those stuff which we Buddha nature do not have originally, true self do not have originally, we start to get rid of them one by one. Okay, not easy. That's what we call cultivation. Take step by step to get there. Might take whole lifetime. Maybe might take few lifetime, but step by step to get there. But when we are in the human world today, it's much faster when we cultivate, we are willing to learn. When we go back to heaven, the speed is very, very slow because at that moment, we do not have physical body to learn that quick. We only have a spiritual, we only have a spirit with a body sense there. So very, very slow. So that's why we have one pharmacist. He doing the get rid of affinity. Do not waste a single thought every day. Do 10 hours a day every day. So he's doing very well. Okay, but you know what he told us? He said he cultivate 10 years. We have to cultivate 50 years. When we cultivate 50 years, a lot of invisible spirits, they have to cultivate 2,000 years. So you see the speed difference from one spirit to the other spirits. So when we have physical body, it's much faster to learn that. Much faster to learn. For example, we really want to learn how to take a bow. It might take us 15, 20 minutes to learn it. But a lot of spirits, when they go back to heaven, it took them, some people take 2 years, 6 years, 7 years to learn just to take a bow. So that's pretty sad. You know why? When they take a bow, the soul got to be very, very pure. Very pure. If they have little thought coming out, they keep spending. So they couldn't control their position to bow that. So very, very slow when we go back to learn that. Okay, so we want to take this opportunity in a lifetime. Today it's not just us get on the class on the website to listen to the class. A lot of temples are doing the same thing, and I find out from the other temple in Chongde in Taiwan, they have a class sometimes 300, 500. They have a class 3,000 and 4,000 people in the same class worldwide. So a lot of people are in a class today. That's why Holy Teacher want us to do it every day, okay, regularly, okay. We all have to learn how to get on the class online, yeah. So that's even Holy Teacher encourage us to do that. So when you talk about wisdom, there's two elements. One is enlightened to the truth, means we know enlightened to the truth. The other one is to manifest the enlightenment as all knowing. These are two important. What does that mean? One is enlightened to the truth, means we always can reflect ourselves. We have a true self, Buddha nature inside, always in charge. The Buddha nature always in charge, always there. So when we do things based on our Buddha nature, sometimes we call conscience, okay? Or you can call true nature, true self, either way. Any way you can call different names, but we talk about the same thing. So the true self is in charge, okay? The other thing, once our true self or Buddha nature is in charge, means because our true self and Buddha nature, they have everything. So they know how to deal things. So the other is to manifest enlightenment as all-knowing. What does that mean? It means when we're facing anything coming to our way, we know how to deal with them. We know how to deal with them. We have a Buddha nature, know how to deal with them. Okay? So sometimes we don't think we have enough wisdom to deal with them. No. Holy Teacher said, no. All of you, all of us have enough wisdom to deal with them. So our Buddha nature is the same as the Buddha nature of Buddhas. So it's all there. Depending on how can we calm down to deal with them. We have the wisdom to deal anything come to our way. Okay? So we are the Buddha. Always remember, we are all Buddha reborn. All of us. All of us. All are all Buddha reborn. So don't question or doubt about that. Okay. But one thing I said before, yeah, we do have some Nepalese Tao members in New York, Ohio, Iowa, even Texas too. You know what? Once they remember themselves, they all tell us. We don't have to tell them. They tell me. They tell all of us. They are the Buddha reborn. They are the Buddha. Buddha is inside. It's inside. They don't even have to look outside. Buddha is inside. Okay. So sometimes we don't teach that, but we got to know Buddha, Holy Teacher, and Buddha keep remind all of us, we are all Buddha. We are all Buddha. So whatever we do every day, we need to think about something come to us before we do it. Sometimes we think this way: what will Buddha do in this case? So we have to ask our question: what will Buddha do in this case? So we will do the same way Buddha will do. Okay? Yeah. Next sentence talk about responding to any event, any affairs according to the truth, according to the Tao. So once we have a Buddha nature in charge, what happened? We will do anything, deal with anything according to Tao principle. Knowing and acting as oneness means we know something, we will do it. We will do what we say, what we know. Okay, we will not deviate from that. We will not deviate from Tao. And merging foundation and practice as the basic meaning of the wisdom. Okay, so we practice. We know the foundations. We know the Tao principles, rules of Tao, and we practice according to true self. That is the basic meaning of wisdom. Okay, so basically here talk about always let our Buddha nature. On those class and answers to truth, or maybe Buddha nature class, talk about all Buddha nature, talk about true self. So very, very important. We need to find out every day. Holy Teacher encourage us every day to do to practice, get the exercise to get the affinities. Do not raise a single soul for 1 hour. Do that one for 1 hour. Sometimes we may not have that much time. We can do 3 minutes even we have 3 minutes. So try to do that every day. Okay, that's Holy Teacher encourage us to do. That's all Buddha are doing today. Sometimes we do not know that. Okay, we need to practice that every day. Holy Teacher talk about that. Tao belongs to Qi Xian Tian. Then, but to attain the Tao, one must practice in Hou Tian. What is Xian Tian? Xian Tian means pre-heaven, which we also call Li Tian or call absolute heaven. Okay, which is true void. That's Xian Tian. Okay, and then Xian Tian exists even before, after heaven and earth. Okay, so Xian Tian means you can call absolute heaven or you can call Li Tian. Hou Tian is this sentence is pre-heaven. Hou Tian is after heaven and earth are created. Hou Tian is after earth and heaven are created. Means Hou Tian means describe the space where all lives live. Okay, after heaven and earth are created, it's called Hou Tian. Means we are in Hou Tian right now. Okay, but our Xian Tian means pre-heaven. Okay, Hou Tian means where we are today. Okay. But that's why Tao belongs to Xian Tian, means way before, okay? But to attain the Tao in this moment, we must practice in Hou Tian at this moment. Hou Tian is a change of yin and yang, okay? Okay, it's a balance between yin and yang. And then I Ching is talk about the confrontation of yin and yang in Tao. You know, yin means, yang means very positive energy. Yin is always negative energy. Yang, all the sense of Buddha try to get to the pure yang, 100% yang. Okay, but the ghosts are 100% yin. So human beings, 50% yin, 50% yang, kind of half, depending on individuals. Some might have more yang, some might have more yin, depend on individuals. Okay, so we try to get rid of yin and try to maintain the yang, pure yang, 100% to restore our true nature. Okay, so we always try to balance yin and yang ourselves. So in the meantime, why Holy Teacher or the Buddha encourage us to eat more vegetarian food? Why? Because all the animals, even seafood, there's all yin. So we put their in negative energy, we eat them, and we put into our body. What happened? We're going to correct more in those negative energies. So that's why we try to maintain 100% yang, but we couldn't do it because we put more in negative stuff into our body. So that's why Buddha tried to encourage us eat more vegetarian food. Okay, that's very important. Okay, next one we talk about the A. Okay, this is the A trigrams flow in the body with each inhaling and exhaling. How many persons in ancient time, in current times, know that? The fool, the normal people search for the Tao through the scriptures, but how would they know Tao is in Kanli? Okay, so human being, okay, from the breathing, inhaling means breathe in, exhaling is breathe out. So those are important time. How do we do that? Okay, but normal people, you know what? We try to study the Tao through the paper, through the scriptures, but the Tao is in yin. Kanli means yin and yang. Okay, or sometimes you say water and fire. But how do we balance yin and yang? So here is this sentence basically tell us, what does it tell us? Try to get rid of all the yin, because we try to balance yin and yang, but in the meantime, we try to get rid of all the yin, negative energy, okay, and to pure 100% yang to restore our true nature. Because our true nature originally is 100% yang energy, positive energy. But due to we have a lot of emotions, we have a lot of desires, then we start to correct more in negative energy. So we try to get rid of all those negative in energy. Okay, so very, very important as cultivators. We want to do more and more. Our thought, whatever we do, got to be very positive, very positive. Don't even think about the negative stuff in our life. Okay, very important. Always positive thinking. Okay, next one. So the next one we talk about what is the practice of Gong-fu? What is the cultivation? Basically, what's the level of cultivation? The practice of Gong-fu has two attributes, basically two elements. The first first element is what? We need to have very firm, safe discipline and maintain what? Tranquility in one's heart. Tranquility means calmness, peacefulness, still. So the first one we need to what? Every day we have a firm discipline. We need to self-initiate, require ourselves to follow temple regulation. So even Buddha are not with us every day. They could be next to us, but we need to self-discipline. The other thing we need to maintain calmness. The state of calmness, still peacefulness in our mind every day. So that's important, not easy. Sometimes when we are alone, we're thinking so many things. Our thought could be everywhere. But Buddha tells us, at the moment, don't come up with a thought. No thought. No thoughts. Okay? Do not raise a single thought. From Buddha's point of view, Buddha always said, one thought is one seed of reincarnation. One thought is one seed of reincarnation. So how many thoughts do we have every day? Could be thousands, could be hundreds. Then what happened? We create seeds of reincarnation, so many seeds of reincarnation immediately. So we try to avoid that. So that's what Holy Teacher wants us to do. Get rid of all the affinities. Do not raise a single thought. Do not raise a single thought. So when we are alone, we sit down, we're standing alone, just get rid of all the affinity. Do not raise a single thought. Very peaceful. Maintain the peaceful state, or maybe calmness state in our mind. Very pure. Okay? We need to practice that every day. Okay? The second element is what? Eliminate inchi, means negative energy inside the body. We have a lot of negative energy inside the body. Restore the true self to the pure yang, okay, or full radiance, okay. So we need to what? Get rid of all this negative stuff. Yeah, sometimes our thought, our thinking could be bad, okay. We worry too much. We have too much worries, emotions, desires. We start to get rid of them, okay. We try to, yeah, that's very, very important. You know what? Keep positive thought thinking all the time. Positive thought all the time. When we are alone, it's very, very important. Okay, and then we need to restore to pure yang for our true nature, true self. Okay, that's very, very. So these two elements are very important. Okay, try to keep our discipline, our self-discipline, and then have a peacefulness, calmness in our mind every day. And then the other thing is get rid of all the negative energies in our body. Restore the true self to the pure yang. So these two things we need to do every day. Okay, how do we cultivate? Those are the way to cultivate. Okay, very, very practical things Holy Teacher try to teach us. So we are very lucky. Holy Teacher teach us what to do, how to cultivate. Don't think too much. Okay, and then maintain the very peaceful state, and also eliminate negative stuff. Okay, restore the true self to pure yang. So the Holy Teacher, these are probably the two most important statements Holy Teacher makes on these whole areas. So I would say this. Try to remember. Sometimes we listen to the class, we might forget. So everybody will receive the link. Go back to review that, and then also some important stuff. Take pictures, and then remind ourselves on daily life. Remind ourselves on daily life what to do on each day. Okay, because sometimes we might forget. Okay, because after the class we forgot. We have so much material here. We may not remember every statement, but we only have to remember important statement. And we can use it. We can apply it to our daily life. Then our life will be changed. We will have different faith, okay, in our life. We have opportunity in this lifetime become saints and Buddha. The point is, do we want it or not? Do we want it or not? We all have, everybody has same equal opportunity. Everybody has same equal opportunities. Okay, doesn't matter it's transmitter, lectures, temple host, or staff member or down members. Doesn't matter. We all the same. When we go back to heaven, all the title will be gone. All the title will be gone. Our achievement depends on our merits and virtues and karmas. Our achievement depends on our merits, virtues, and karmas. Okay, how many bad karma we have? Okay, so those only we have left when we go back to heaven. Okay, so it's very important. Okay. What the teacher talk about here is, so as a man grows, here a man means a man or a woman, that the same include here. A man grows, his desires grow. These desires are inchi, a negative stuff. So let's be careful. Desires are all inchi. It's like the soul of original is pure yang. Our original spirits are pure yang, 100% yang, like Buddha, no different from Buddha. But when desire goes, then what? Our negative energy covers the young spirits. What happened? So our spirits is covered, include a lot of inchi, a lot of negative energy. So that's very important. Okay, when we more desire, we have more inchi. So get rid of a lot of desires. How do we control the desires? Okay, only whatever we needed, we really needed to make a living. That's fine, but don't overdo. Human beings intend to overdo. Okay, especially in America, we pursue a lot of fame, power, positions. We want everything. However, those will not help us to become Buddha. Unfortunately. Okay. To rid of one's inchi, one must adhere to his right portal and perform good deeds. Perform the good deeds strengthens one's yang qi or aureole. Sometimes you call aureole is probably hard to understand. You can call it aura. Okay. So to get rid of our negative energy, what happened? We need to adhere to our right portal. Right portal is the fourth treasury, the gate, which Holy Chigo teacher borrowed transmitter's hand to open for us. So we need to stay with our right portal and then let Buddha nature in charge here. So here's importance. One must here attached to our right portal, make Buddha nature in charge. Okay, or maybe our conscience in charge. Okay, don't let our six organs in charge. Here's very important. Okay, and perform good deeds, perform good merits, do good things, help sentient beings. Perform good deeds, strengthen one's yang qi. Means whatever we do more, we have more yang qi. Okay, more positive energy. So that's very important for all of us. Keep doing what we are doing. Bring people to receive Tao, bring people to the class, help people to do what they need. Sometimes they need different help. We need to help them. Okay. But adhering to the right portal means once is important thing here is when we try to use Buddha nature in charge, we always what? Reflect ourselves. Sometimes when something happens, especially one thing is very critical is in our daily life, something going to happen. When something happens, when we encounter them, what do we think? Don't point the finger to others. The first question will be ask ourselves, can we do better in this situation? Am I do something not properly? We have to ask ourselves first. Don't point finger or blame other people first. Okay, we need to look into ourselves, reflect ourselves first. Very, very important as cultivator. This is probably the most important features as cultivator. Always reflect ourselves. Okay, the pure yang neutralize the yin, means the yin and yang are balanced. Okay, human being, because we have some yin, some yang, we have the balance. Okay, the yang qi is eliminate, or the inchi is eliminate. If we eliminate, get rid of all those negative energy, once spirit is restored to pure yang, then what happens? We will become a Buddha again, or sense. Okay? Get rid of all the inchi, negative stuff, negative energy. Then restore our pure yang. Okay, restore our true nature to pure yang. Okay, we become like a Buddha or saints again. Here is talk about if we keep use Buddha nature in charge, perform a good deed. What happened? With all the effort, with all the determination, one week we're going to go to the God's kingdom. We're going to be there. Okay, we're going to be there. Don't worry about it. We're going to be saints of Buddha one day. But are we ready for that? So that's depend on individuals. Okay. The question 69. What is the meaning of reflecting one's aureoles inward? Okay. What's the meaning of reflect ourselves? Okay. Here is Holy Teacher talk about when the man is in Houtian, it means like where we are today. Houtian means we said before. Okay. After the heaven and earth are created, Houtian. Okay. His mind is occupied by thoughts and concern, even worries. Our minds occupied by concerns, worries, thoughts, all those stuff are there. Maybe attachment, desires, all are there. If one thing about external matters or other, he is with the flow of Houtian. Okay. If one reflects his aureoles inward, he's going to against Houtian. What does that mean? You try to reflect ourselves. We are against the Houtian. Next sentence probably we can understand more clearly. Okay. What does that mean here? The Holy Teacher explained it very detailed. When one goes with the flow of Houtian, with what we are talking about in this lifetime, we will pursue what? Materialism, emotions, desires. We are bounded for the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. We become ghosts. Pretty sad. Teacher said, we are pursuing fame, power, position, attachment, desire, emotions. What happened? We will keep reincarnation, keep to reincarnate for the cycle of the reincarnation. We cannot get out from here when this bitter seed. Okay, we're going to continue for the cycle of reincarnation, the birth, death, and rebirth. We're going to keep doing that. And when people die, where do they go? Go to under hell. Going to become a ghost. We don't think so. Some people say, oh, okay, I believe one religion. I believe them. They're going to go to heaven. No. It's very fair. So we need to start to get rid of all our desire, emotions. Okay? When we pursue the material stuff, there is, don't over pursue. Okay? Especially fame, power, position, all those stuff. By the time we leave one day, we cannot take with us. We have to know that. We cannot take with us. Okay? Next statement is very important too. When one goes against, okay, the flow of Houtian, he gives up pursuing on materialism, the fame, power, positions, and emotions or desires or attachment. He finds his true self, true nature. He's following the way of Tao. Then what he will become what? Saints. Okay, so it's very important. So we are against the flow of Houtian because in this lifetime, a lot of people pursue those material stuff, materialism, fame, power, positions, whatever they can achieve, they can get it. Okay, emotions, desire, attachment. Okay, that's the problem. But when we don't do that, and we are trying to find our true nature. We try to have our true nature in charge. We try to let our true nature reveals. Then what happens? We are following the way of Tao. Then we become a saint and Buddha. So do we want to become saints and Buddha? Then we have to do this. Okay? Don't over pursue those kind of stuff. As long as we have enough to survive, that's all we needed. We don't overdo. And if we have all those, like we have extra money, extra effort, we can help the temple. We can help the Senshin Bin, especially you turn around, look around the whole world. So many people, so many Senshin Bin are suffering, floods, fire, all kind of COVID-19, all kind of problems are there. Even COVID-19 seems to get worse last few days. You can see that. America, we're getting much, much worse right now. So whole world is pretty bad. And then, so we have to pay attention. We do have the Buddha heart in ourselves. We can help. Okay? It's not really, we cannot help. Call people to help them. Say, a lot of people, we cannot go to visit them. Right now, during the pandemic period, we cannot go to visit them, but we can call them to communicate with them. Okay? Yeah, to see how they are doing. Okay? To pay attention to them. Okay? So we have to do our part at this moment. Even temple is not open yet. Holy teacher said to encourage a person to pursue Tao, we should encourage him to look inward to his true nature. To look inward to the true nature is to seek for true self, is to find the true self. To find the true self means reflect one's aureole inward. Okay? And then one should concentrate on right portal. If one constantly adheres to his right portal, he can achieve the state. Okay, we can come back. We stop here. So that means all the teachers talk about, we encourage people to pursue Tao. We should encourage them to reflect themselves. Okay, let them ask them every time, every day, use their true nature in charge, true self in charge, Buddha nature in charge, their conscience in charge. Okay, don't do things against Tao principles. Don't regret later on when we should not have done that. Okay, so every day we need to reflect ourselves. Holy Teacher encourage us reflect ourselves every day, morning, every day at nighttime. See, anything we can do better today, and especially during the nighttime, before we go to bed, we sleep, lie down on the bed, think about it. Take 2-3 minutes to think, can we do something better today? If something I didn't do properly, okay? If something I should not do, okay? If we're doing very well, even Holy Teacher suggests us, he gives us one way to do it. He said, prepare 2 piggybacks. Okay? When we do very well, put a quarter on one of the piggyback. And then if we didn't do well, put onto the other one. So every 3 months, look into that. See which side we're doing better. And maybe we even can donate those, what we put into it, all those money to the temple or to the Senshin Bin, okay, to the association to help Senshin Bin. So Holy Teacher encouraged us one day to see how we improve every day. You can use 2 pigbacks to improve, to check ourselves, okay? Holy Teacher continued to talk about one constantly adheres to his right portal, means he always had Buddha nature in charge. Then what happened? He went into the state. He did not see the difference between himself and others. Means he know other people are the Buddha too. So he doesn't see the difference between him and all the sentient beings. That's what Buddha is all about. They see every sentient being have the same Buddha nature as they have. Okay? So the practice of keeping one's heart in oneness at his right portal is the way to prevent from suffering and attain pleasures. What does that mean? Means when Buddha nature is in charge, we are like Buddha. So we treat everybody like a Buddha. So all the sentient being animals, they have a Buddha nature. So we treat everybody equally. We treat them as one of us. We are in one, okay? Then that's a way we can avoid the suffering. That's a way we can avoid the reincarnation, attain the pleasures, okay? So every thought, thinking mindset is very, very critical and important every day. Okay, don't get to negative stuff at all in the life. Don't think about negative. Okay. A sutra stated, one must keep his heart at the right portal at all times. Confucius said, once learned, one must practice constantly. Both teaching encourage practitioners of Tao to follow this practice. So all practitioners of Tao must keep this in mind, as Holy Teacher mentioned. So once we need every day, from this moment, we all try to encourage each other, help each other. That our Buddha nature in charge. Okay, when we do the get rid of affinities, do not raise a single thought. We can close our eyes 80%, then put our tongue, touch the top, then concentrate on right portals. Do not raise a single thought, and also get rid of all the affinities. Every day, we should practice it every day. Okay, let me repeat again. We can close our eyes 80%. Our tongues touch the top of our mouth, then get rid of all the affinities. Do not raise a single thought. Practice that every day for 1 hour a day. That's Holy Teacher wants us to do that. That's what all Buddhists are doing every day. But sometimes we didn't know what Buddha is sitting there for. That's how they practice every day. Okay? Try to practice that every day. 1 hour a day. If we cannot do 1 hour, maybe do 10, 20 minutes. If we can, please. Okay? That's Holy Teacher keep reminding us, please do that every day. Sometimes we didn't pay too much attention. We do one day, one today, we may not do next day. Holy Teacher say, have a time, once we have time, we should do that every day. Okay? Then Confucius said that once we learn all this stuff, we need to put into practice constantly. Meaning means we can put into action. We keep doing that. Okay? Both teaching encourage practitioner of Tao to follow those practices. So all the teacher talk about some concept. We have to learn that. We have to do it every day. So we try to do that every day and then maintain that. Okay? So I just quickly review what we learned today. We don't need to learn so much every day. We just need to learn a few concepts, maybe 2 concepts a day, and we can apply to daily life. Okay? Apply to daily life. In the beginning of 49, we talk about we try to get rid of human emotions and desires. Okay? In order for us to become a Buddha, we need to get rid of human emotions and desires. Very, very important. Okay? In the meantime, God and Buddha will give us a lot of hard tests. Don't feel bad. When we're facing the challenges, sometimes we get sick. Don't feel bad. God and Buddha could test us. Okay? So we need to have enough faith and confidence with God and Buddha. Okay? And Tao. The other thing is, a lot of tests we are facing today come from God. We know that. And then next one is try to have firm self-discipline. Every day maintain very peacefulness, calmness, or maybe still stays in our mind. Very calm, very peaceful, no matter what we encounter. Then second one is get rid of all the negative energy in our body. Get rid of all the negative in our bodies. Don't come out too much in our body. So very important. People see us, they can see, are we have a lot of young positive energy, or do we have not a lot of inchi in our body? So we need to try to maintain as much positive energy as possible. Okay? And last one is don't over pursue all this material stuff. Okay, don't over pursue those material stuff. Those will not help us to become Buddhas. So we need to know that. So we need to do certain degree, but don't overdo. Don't overdo. Okay. So I'm going to stop here. We talk a few concepts there, but I just want everybody to remember. Keep this some concept very simple and easy to remember. Just go back to review that once the Kerry send those information to us. Try to remember a few more important concepts, take the pictures, and just remind ourselves every day to practice, to cultivate, and then we will become sense of Buddha again. Okay? At the end, I thank you for everyone. If I say something improperly, I ask the forgiveness from the God, Buddhas, and the holy teachers, holy masters, lecturers, and all of you to give me some advices. Thank you.